Pardon my appearance, folks, but I've been sheetrocking a house that had a mold issue by myself, and the ceilings are tough to do when they're so high. But I was asked to do a press release, which I haven't done, but I want to do an unconventional press release by reading what's on the screen. Please bear with me, okay? It's important. These are just some of the many cases in the Stamford Superior Court I have filed. But what you need to look at, like for example, is this one, Flynn versus Computer Shares. Let's go to it. Let's talk about me doing a press release about what we've accomplished. This is me. This is the defendant. And if you look down, Halloran and Sage is Biff Halloran's law firm. He's a main man in the Gambino crime family. Computer Shares is an Australian company that owns another company in Canada who brought the NASD public. Now, I'm an NASD member, or I was. I own a brokerage firm called Greenwich Global. I also own Clairvoyant. But when you look at these cases, and this is the case detail. If you look behind me, 501, let's go back 1 second here. Look at this case, NFS, right here. They're related, folks. And if the website of the court would work, we could go to it. There we go. Me, Clairvoyant, Greenwich Global. That's my brokerage firm. That's my holding company. The defendants are the NASD, Fiserv, a money laundering entity, George Malley, who's the NASD, Richard Colangelo, our chief state's attorney, Fidelity Brokerage, and Al Lappins of the Securities Exchange Commission. So, here's a case heard by Judge Heller, whose special master is Bernie Madoff's attorney. So, when you go to Fiserv, a clearing firm, you need to understand how they racketeer. See the name? Judge Donaheller, Judge Donaheller, Judge Donaheller, Judge Donaheller. Result, order, motion, dismiss, dismiss, dismiss. Request for admission, denied, of course. Denied, denied, denied. Oh, look, she granted a fee waiver. Oh, now it was Doug Mintz. He's honest, okay? Motion to strike. Heller, back to Heller. It's like volleyball. Motion for an order. Sent to Superior Court. Okay, claim for a jury. Granted. That was a shocker. And then moved to federal court. Okay? What do you need to know? Removed to federal court. Motion for an order. Let's go back to the top. I maintain in the complaint that bribes are being paid to Colangelo, right here, by Bernie Madoff and Bank America and other entities to rob Connecticut citizens. Yes, this is my press release. I can prove through this case that Al Lappins, an SEC guy, refused to arbitrate. Now, the Connecticut Superior Court refused to litigate. Now, the federal court refused to litigate. So what this demonstrates is a clear and convincing denial of due process rights in Connecticut. So this is my coffee mug. It's clean today. I'm drinking out of this one. But read this coffee mug. It's the key to the reason why I'm running for office. It's got the Bill of Rights on it. I drink out of this cup every day. I hope it lasts. It's wearing out, folks. I'm wearing this cup out because the First Amendment, the Congress shall make no law establishing the reduction of religion, prohibiting free exercise of the freedom of speech or freedom of the press. I am registered as a press agent. I do events. They're rare, but I did cover the 2020 election. I did go to New Hampshire primary. I did report about it, and no paper would print the article. It's fantastic, folks. We have a great case against the press in Connecticut. I haven't done that yet. I'm only one guy, and I need help. Here we go. The Second Amendment. Well, the right to carry for law-abiding citizens. What is Connecticut doing? Taking law-abiding citizens' guns away and failing to prosecute the unlawful, inviting them in, paying them to come here, paying them while the courts are closed, and stopping the prosecution of illegal acts against foreigners. They'll prosecute a citizen, no problem, but they don't prosecute these drug dealers they're encouraging to move here, like our Senate Majority Leader Bob Duff. Okay, the Third Amendment. Well, that has to do with wartime, and we're in wartime. The Fourth Amendment. The right of the people to secure their persons, houses, papers, and effects. I've had 2 foreclosures against me through check fraud. 2 foreclosures. Setting them up. I'm going to take the fall, and then they're going to take the fall. That case is a giant case. I never missed a mortgage payment, but Norwalk police refused to investigate the check fraud of Chief Kaholic and the people on the board of Firetree and their attorney Robinson and Cole, who bribes Senate Majority Leader Duff. How wonderful is this? The Fourth Amendment is under attack. Everyone understands how freedom of speech is under attack. Freedom of religion is under attack. But it is the Fourth Amendment is why I am running for office. Okay? The Fourth Amendment. Okay? Unreasonable search and seizure. Yes. Look what Biden's doing now. He wants transactions of $600 on your bank accounts through, PayPal for your lawn guy. He wants contributions added up and the bank to file a form. Take away the use of cash, force you to use PayPal or one of these services where he's going to tax you. And he claims he's going after the rich. The rich are getting richer. They're about, the statistics on the rich in this country are berserk. Look at Amazon. Look at Amazon. Okay? No warrants shall be issued without probable cause. The governor of Connecticut just arrested a guy without probable cause. Okay? He claimed that certain people committed treason and what the punishment for treason is. And he's innocent. Yet a judge proved, signed a warrant for his arrest through the state police, who is guilty. I've gone to the state police hundreds of times about money laundering, and I empowered them to go after it. What happened? Nothing happened. I'll tell you. They threaten people 24/7. Here we go. By oath or affirmation, describing the place to which to be searched and the person and things to be searched. The Fifth Amendment. Wow. The right to property. Yes, like a brokerage firm that has 6 NASDAQ workstations that have been used for 500,000 felonies by judges in Connecticut. Heller, Jacobs, Bravado. I can name 25 judges. Spader is involved now. Kremrich is involved now. Gennario has always been involved. The only good judges in Connecticut we used to have, Mintz, for example, Tobin, for example, they're gone. They retired. Okay? What is the court holding over these judges about their illegal acts, and how does it affect you? No one in Connecticut is going after the court, but me. No one. And I'll tell you this, in the last 3 months, I've got 5 more people helping me. And I don't want to name their names. I want them to prevail, folks. But Mr. Pritchard and Mr. Book and Lori Hopkins and all these other people are also helping. So here we go. We have a posse. I consider the Bill of Rights to be the most important part of the Constitution. But look at the Sixth Amendment. Criminal prosecution. We have a prosecutor problem in that they take bribes in Connecticut. Yes, they do. I can prove it, and I can talk about it, and I will. I have a voice. You're not going to believe what's going on. I haven't even disclosed the worst parts about this. The Seventh Amendment. Common law, controversy. Wow. Jury trial. I've been denied a jury 300 times. I've been denied over 100 subpoenas. Lawyers can get subpoenas just like that. I've been denied admissions. I've been denied hundreds of fee waivers. I was denied fee waivers just yesterday. 3 by the law clerk. Yes. Refused to give me a clerk's signature on a fee waiver. Fee waivers that I actually qualify for. So when you take away a person's right to go to court based on a fee waiver, that's discrimination, folks, especially since the judges' law firms are cashing stolen checks from my bank account, and that has happened many times. Not small checks, $250,000 checks. So let's see who's calling. Can't answer it. Sorry, the phone's ringing constantly, and I appreciate, but this is my video of a, how should you say, press release? Video press release. Excessive bail, Amendment 8. Well, Amendment 9. Wow. You know the 9th Amendment? The 10th Amendment. Wow. Is that the states' rights versus the federal government's rights? You know, I'm in a constitutional pandemic right here. The Connecticut is the Constitution state that doesn't look at the Constitution, doesn't follow federal law, and violates constitutional rights. Left, right, center. The courts have been closed for 2 years. Tell me how this cup is the key to winning a Senate race against Richard Blumenthal, who, not just stolen valor, folks, he owns Chinese corporations through partnerships. He wrote the Iran deal, paying terrorists bribes so they won't blow us up with Hillary's Uranium One deal, who he went to college with. Let's get to the nitty-gritty, folks, here. The Green New Deal is the work of Richard Blumenthal. The inflation is the work of Richard Blumenthal. He's now complaining in an article yesterday about inflation that he caused. His Green New Deal caused the inflation. The closing of U.S. pipelines and the opening of Russian, taking away our oil and gas independence. And natural gas is one of America's strongest cards to stay energy independent. What's happening in New London at the pier where they're trying to set up a windmill farm? They commandeered the land. They took the railways out. We have no infrastructure plan that's working. They're spending $110 billion on infrastructure out of $1.2 trillion, and they call it an infrastructure deal. 10%. It's a 5G deal. It's a 5G deal. And implementing 5G, the FAA says it affects altimeters and that planes will fall out of the sky. People will die. Why? Because Connecticut set the limit on nanowatts to 600. 10 fries your testicles. They want you to be infertile. They're taking away your parental rights. They're taking away God knows what. Here's a book I just published about yesterday, or a few days ago, called Lawn Boy. These books are prevalent in Connecticut. And what did we read? An article yesterday where a library removed all child pornography from the children's section, and the shelves are empty. You know what? I'll post that story next. Listen to this video, and I'll post that story next. Get down to the nitty-gritty here. The hedge funds are running Connecticut. Diallo is running Connecticut. Who else? Bernie Madoff ran Connecticut. How do we know this? Bribes to Congressman Jim Himes, who has FISA court oversight, NSA oversight, FBI oversight. The FBI was run by James Comey. Manafort's from Connecticut. I can go on and on and on about the corruption through the court, and I will go on and on and on. Can't take this one either, because this is a very important post being sent to the New York Times. We're meeting tonight with the New York Times. The Wall Street Journal tonight. Vanity Fair tonight. The New York Post tonight. 7 newspapers tonight. Why? Because I have a different plan. Out of the box. Another phone call. 3 in a row I can't answer. Now I don't know who that is. The questions that we need to ask are not being asked by anyone but me. No one can fix Connecticut's problems except for a person asking the right questions. And as Connecticut residents, I implore you to post, share, and comment. Why? If you don't have a discussion at your dinner table about Johnny Flynn's attempt to fix the federal government, we need to kick out every congressman in New England. Every single one. Gone. Why? Every congressional Democrat in Connecticut co-sponsored H.R. 1, the voter fraud bill. Same-day registration, no voter ID, 6-to-1 money matching. That's fraud. That's inviting fraud. Every city in Connecticut was hacked. It's a fact. Here's the numbers. I have them right in front of me. Stamford, Norwalk, Bridgeport, New Haven. Look at the numbers. Manchester Town Clerk hacked. 2,354 votes by Hokkaido, Japan. It's a fact. It's been proven. It's going to the Supreme Court. Why doesn't Connecticut care? Look at the other towns hacked. Look at the Quinnipiac polls. Meriden hacked. 2,296 votes. Send me to the Senate. I'll fix it. Watch me fix it. I know exactly how to fix it. I'm a pro se litigator with no rights in Connecticut. The courts are closed. However, I can open them. I know how. I know what to do. Look at 5G. Look at the bribes Blumenthal's taking while he's having his cigarette moment with YouTube, and he's having a cigarette moment right now with Facebook and Instagram. Hello. They're allowing Al-Qaeda to have pages, and they're not allowing conservatives. It's censuring the wrong people. We need a conservative. I'm a conservative. I'm liberal when it comes to opioid protections. Let me tell you, Connecticut took $112 million in bribes, so Purdue Pharma, OxyContin in Stamford, Connecticut, 9 miles away, where I went to high school, is operating in bankruptcy. Connecticut wants to take over Purdue Pharma and sell opioids. Hold on a second. Certain things need legislative help. The legislature is run by our dictator. It's closed, folks. There's no reason to run for office in Connecticut at the moment because they're not doing anything about it. Look at the claims commissioner. 100% of the cases against state-created liabilities are dismissed. 100%. You know what the 30-year average is? 98% are dismissed. So what's the point? Connecticut has conflicts of interest, has taken your parental rights, look at the vaccine mandates. Look at what's happening. Do you understand vaccines the way I do? Greenwich Global LP, the plaintiff in this case, was a vaccine biotechnology research facility. We did private placements on biotechs to keep them open because they have high burn rates. What happened with the SEC? I know how to fix Connecticut. I can fix the industries too. What happened in biotechnology analysis was defunded by the SEC and the NIH and all those places. Why? Because biotechnology in New England is big. They needed private placements. They changed the rules, they changed the listing requirements, and thousands of small biotechs went out of business. Why? Because Connecticut allowed it. Because Massachusetts allowed it. They have a handful they promote. But if you can't raise money as a small biotech, you will fail. They have very high burn rates. We didn't charge anybody any money. We worked for companies, we got warrants, they're all stolen, including the shares of our NASDAQ stock. NASDAQ is trading at God knows what. Our private placement shares were stolen. I've never gotten them. Our warrants on NASDAQ were stolen. I never got them. Who's controlling them? The Norwalk Police Department took control of a NASDAQ broker. 6 workstations. 500,000 felonies later. We are missing 3 million shares of Select Therapeutics. Let me repeat that. We are missing 3 million shares of Select Therapeutics. We're missing Virex, Alterex, Paladin Labs. We're missing 250,000 Paladin Labs taken over at $150. That's $150 a share. That's $37 million. Where's the money, Detective Maloney? Where's the money, Detective DeRosa? Where's the money, Detective DeSpagna? I'll tell you where the money is. It's in Judge Adams's pocket. Judge Adams is a partner at Kelly, Dry & Warren. He steers the cases to himself, covering his ass. Guess what, Judge Provader? Provader worked for Malloy. I sued Malloy for money laundering. Malloy made Provader a judge. Provader heard the case. All subpoenas denied. Murder for hire occurred. Judges are approving murder for hire in Connecticut. I fought the guy. I know the guy. The guy's a demon. So what I am saying now is, go to court, be a pro se litigator, file the documents which magically disappear at the Stamford Superior Court. File a case just like this one. Gigantic implications. Sent to federal court, dismissed. Heard by Judge Heller, dismissed. Judge Heller, you need to research. Her special master is John Carberry, Bernie Madoff's attorney. She's steering Bernie Madoff claims of money laundering, wire fraud, check fraud, accounting fraud, securities fraud, all types of fraud through John Carberry for the NASD, right here on the screen, right here, NFS, which is Fidelity, George Malley, see George Malley? That's NASD examiner. You know what George Malley did? He robbed a NASD member firm in Stamford, Connecticut on Summer Street. What did he do? He gave thousands of documents to the New York DA, who recognized them as stolen documents, and they tried to frame me. Then they sent hitmen. So here we go, folks. If you don't put me on the Senate, I'll tell you this. We'll move. Another phone call. 4. Can't take it. And oh boy, she's a pain in the butt, that one. I hope she doesn't see this. But 4 calls in 24 minutes. This is my video press release. I think I've said enough. I've left breadcrumbs through the court system for 20 years to get this seat, and it implicates judges in money laundering. It implicates prosecutors in prosecutorial misconduct. It implicates legislators for legislative misconduct. So when I say, what about the Constitution in the Constitution state? They don't recognize anything on this cup. They don't recognize it. They're not going to fix it because it's a bribery machine. And this is going out to Doug, my new buddy, helping me out, introducing me to Vanity Fair, the Wall Street Journal, and I humbly implore you, watch the video, use it, share it, and convert non-believers to believers. I support the Constitution. I will defend it. I will take whatever risk necessary. I am involved. So, I said to someone this morning, this is a final comment, follow me, force equals mass times acceleration. I had a teacher who was a phenomenal physics teacher in high school. We had one-on-one discussions in the class. Johnny, force equals mass times acceleration. F equal ma. He used to say, F equal ma, get you someday. He was a foreigner. He was hilarious. He was a little man, but he was a giant thinker. And I am telling you right now, the force is with us. Mass times acceleration is a scientific theory. It's a rule. The force of me is determined by the mass of you and the acceleration these media outlets can provide. F equal ma. Gonna get you someday. Have a great day. And wish us luck tonight. It's very important. Tonight is critical. I'm not following the regular Mike France raise money, spend money thing. He's doing well. I think he raised 180 grand so far for his congressional race. I'm not doing that. My focused energy is different. I need the United States behind me. I couldn't spend or make enough money to turn enough heads in a state controlled by Hearst Media, CNN, and the Huffington Post. The Huffington Post owns Patch. CNN owns News Channel 12. What about Hearst? Mike Pignataro should be in jail for taking falsified police evidence, body cam evidence, after a murder and convincing Connecticut that 6 police officers didn't murder a kid 2 years ago, that Mokosi and state's attorney Paul Forensic are covering up. And the bribe to our chief state's attorney, Richard Colangelo, $1.5 million. It implicates a lot of attorneys, including Mike Jefferson, Ben Crump, Darnell Crossland. Oh, and the biggest of all, Trish Lindsay, who thinks I know nothing. Meet you at the finish line. I hope you put her behind bars. Have a great day. Taking bribes. Not good. It's game over, folks. Mass, the masses, times an accelerated movement equals the force. We can blow up the Death Star just like Star Wars. It'll be like shooting rats in that Beggar's Canyon. You know? Let's do it.